Yo, 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 what it do, what it ain't, what it is. It's your boy Boomin, and we are back live with Boomin in the morning. Um, I saw this episode yesterday with Debo and Joe, episode 35, and Debo snapped. Like Debo snapped. So I'm gonna get right into it. I'm gonna come right back.
I don't know. It was a couple matchups that we had in the game where I'm like, why are these people guarding these people? Why the wide receiver? Why is our outside linebackers guarding their number one receivers?
First down, Caleb scrambles for 5. I think we get him to like a 3rd and 2,
Yep.
and we force the fumble.
Fumble. In the ruckus.
Yes, and
I couldn't see
recover it.
nothing in there.
What else did I say we had to do? We had to get
We had to get turnovers.
touchdown. Now we done got a turnover too, dude.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where it's like real mellow. It's real mellow right now. Um, and he's going to really be himself, man. Like there has been an outcry from the fan base for a long time to make changes, like real changes. And it seems as though like the Steelers, they're not making change. They're making changes, right? But they're just putting band-aids on issues. They're not actually addressing the issue. Um, and it's about to come to a boiling point. You know, the fans, these tickets ain't cheap, man. Fans spend a lot of money to go to these games. Fans spend time away from their families. People travel from across country, not just, what I'm saying, like on the East Coast, but like West Coast. And, our fan base is global. People come from outside the country to go watch the Steelers play. And I think you're at a crossroads right now that we've never really seen the Steelers be at. And it's a shock. It's a shock. And yeah, changes need to be made. So I'm gonna let them, what I'm saying, get into it, and I'm gonna chip in here and there. Let's get it.
So what is it? First down, I think it was Washington. We finally
Mount Washington. We finally gave him the ball.
Why weren't we throwing him the ball all night? I don't know.
So off top, Mount Washington had the game of his life last week. Well, week before last now against the Bengals. And how do we go from having a game plan of, feeding him the rock, letting him be a bulldozer, letting him do whatever he could physically do to the opponent, on the football field, to like he's barely featured, and it seemed like he was just out of position. He gave Darnell Washington gave up like 2 sacks, very uncharacteristic. But I feel as though I agree with that. He should have been featured more than he was. And it's just it's the inconsistencies. It's one, if you find something that works, why are we not sticking to it? Like that's the confusing thing to me. Like we should be sticking to what works. That's common sense, man. That is common sense game planning. You know, um, they didn't have a starting linebacker, the Bears, and you know we should be running the ball directly at them. We're not trying to be cute. We're not trying to make it look better than what it is. Like it's coming that way, and we're coming. Like there's nothing you can do to stop it. And we don't have that flex in us. We don't have that dog in us consistently. We do it in stretches, but we don't do it enough. And it's kind of frustrating. Um, and it's like we're always going to compare, this team to years past and other teams, and it's just frustrating because it doesn't look like Steelers football some days, and people are really just frustrated. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I get it.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I don't
I
know.
don't know why we weren't throwing it to our tight ends.
I don't know.
I mean, it was a few passes, but anyway, we get to 4th and 1. We do the tush push, and we don't convert.
Brother, Debo. Was
What?
that the slowest developing tush
Dude,
you've
it
ever
looked
seen
like
in your life?
I thought he had dropped the ball and was trying to pick it up.
That's what I'm saying. It was like nobody was moving. I'm like, oh no, this is crazy. That was the worst tush push because nobody, like you made sense. It looked like he might have been fumbling trying to get the rock because it was like you gotta go.
Yeah, and we talked about this in the break room. Can we do a tush push featuring Darnell Washington? I mean, the guy is only a mammoth of a man. The guy only is a human wrecking ball. Why are we not featuring this guy like in situations like that? Nobody wants to tackle him. Like no one wants to tackle him. So put him in positions where people are forced to make a business decision. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Um, and you're starting to see a lot more people speak out about it.
7 yards and under. But we scored.
Yeah.
31-28. Took almost 8 minutes off the clock.
It took a very long time. I mean,
very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And the defense comes out and stands up. They did what they needed to do. We get back out there, bro. It's 3rd and 4. Mason scrambles for 22. And we get it called back because we can't even line up right.
Mm-hmm.
And the damn
and what'd he say? Do the routine things routinely. Huh? Stop.
Yep.
We can't even line up right.
Yep. Mason, and I said that on a post. That's 1,000% on Mason. Like I'm not here to bash Mason or anyone else, but Mason is the quarterback. There's a lot of responsibility that comes with the quarterback, and one responsibility that comes with the quarterback is making sure everyone is lined up correctly. You do the routine things correctly. Like you have to make sure your guys are lined up correctly. It's a high pressure moment. I get it, but you're not a rookie quarterback. You're a veteran quarterback. You've been around for a long time. You have to. I mean, he did a great job picking up like 23 yards on the ground, like showing some wheels, like really stepping and doing a great job. But it all was for nothing because he didn't do the first thing correctly, and that was making sure your guys was lined up correctly.
End up having to punt the ball. I'm nervous. I ain't gonna even lie. But the defense stands up again.
And
it don't really matter. We got a minute 20 left. We got a minute 20 something left, whatever it may be.
Yep.
It took us 8 minutes to go anywhere the last time because we can't throw the ball down the field no more than 5 yards.
Unless we gonna get a PI.
Unless we go get a PI. We end up turning it over on downs, game over with.
Yeah.
Bruh. Defense. Soft.
Oh,
I'm tired
DEEBO.
of seeing the offensive linemen pushing our D-line 2-3 yards deep. We're undisciplined or poorly coached or both. We have a horrible defensive scheme. It's trash. It's garbage. We can't adjust at halftime. It's non-existent. Or we're just being outcoached or both. They're adjusting better than us. We're in cover 2, 3, 4 zone defenses, man. And we're not doing the basic things of rerouting a receiver.
Yep.
How do you think you're going to stop anything? He's going to hit the ball in the holes. You're stressing your safety. You're keeping the quarterback's timing, bruh. If you reroute the receiver, you actually get a defense anywhere from like a half second to get to the quarterback because now their timing is off.
Yep.
If you jam him, he now can't throw the route on time. And sometimes, most of the time, half the time, anytime, they'll run their route short because they got a time in their head when they know they need to be at the point they need to get to. But if they can't get there, they want to be able to turn to make sure they can at least help the quarterback so that he can throw it. I'm not seeing enough people matching people in their zone.
Yep.
We just sit there and stare at the quarterback and let the dude that's 5 yards away from him just sit there and do nothing.
Yep.
Sudden change and turnover on downs, we can't put out a fire. We're situationally trash. We gave up 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Interception, the fumble, and the turnover on downs.
Yeah.
We can't do the routine things routinely. The offense is trash.
Yes.
Okay. I'm seeing Mason Rudolph.
Him and Joe Hayden saying the offense is trash. Like two defensive freaks are both saying the offense is trash. So, a lot of people are upset when Steeler fans say the offense is trash. I mean, they on to something. They got a point. They got a point, man. Because, you know, we've said the same thing for years. We don't make adjustments. We're not a good second half team. You know what I'm saying? We don't live in our fears. Wrong. We 1000% live in our fears. Tomlin even went on to say, "Oh yeah, we don't use the middle of the field a lot because hey, those are more dangerous passes." Okay, but teams are getting off on us almost every game using the middle of the field with the pass game. We sit in our zones and they throw passes behind our linebackers and in front of our safeties. So if other teams are doing it, why are we not doing it? That's really just like my one of my main questions. Like, if this is like status quo in the league, if this is what everyone else is doing, why are we not doing the same things? That should be alarming to everyone that we're not.
Getting the same numbers as Aaron Rodgers. So you're telling me that these two quarterbacks have the same talent? Hell no.
No.
So that means the offensive scheme is trash. The coordinator is trash.
It looks.
Hey man, that's directly at Arthur Smith, yo. Like that's, whew. Like I mean, and I get it. They've been removed from the organization as a player for a couple years, so they don't have the same relationship with these guys as they did with people that was there in the building with them. But that's just the frustration, like that's boiling over from the fan base, man. Like people are frustrated, people are tired, man. And it's if we carried on like this in our everyday lives, it wouldn't be acceptable. And we're not professional athletes, so why is it acceptable for them to do it? And they're getting paid millions of dollars to do, you know, play a child's game. You know what I mean? Like they're getting paid millions of dollars to do something we did as kids. We did for free. Like if we didn't make adjustments in our jobs in our everyday lives, we wouldn't have a job. That's just what it is. Like, and everyone sees it, seemingly, except for the Roonies. And I mean, I don't know. Like, I just don't know, man. But now that you got legends calling it out, man, it's a different day. I mean, that's a slippery slope. You know what I'm saying? Once the James Harrisons and the Ben Roethlisbergers, and I'm gonna get into that a little later too. I got a Ben Roethlisberger clip, from one of his podcasts before we went over to Ireland. He said, "Hey man, is it wrong of me to think that we're going to get outcoached?" Big Ben said that. And I mean, I never spoke on it, but I was just like, wow, like, that's not good. That the quarterback that we've all known for most of our lives, you know what I mean? Like, he's even doubting the coaching and the coordinators and everything involved with front office. So it's not just fans, y'all. It's players are starting to do it now too.
Starting linebackers for them had a total of 60 snaps under their belt. None of their starting linebackers was there. They had 5 tackles, Joe.
5 tackles,
I believe
DEEBO.
one of them was a rookie they just brought up from the practice squad. You telling me we got to run misdirection, a bunch of motion plays to try and confuse them because they're new into it, because we can't just run the ball down their throat? Bruh.
Yeah, DEEBO, I this is what I'm gonna tell you.
He about to blow a gasket. But it's everything we've been saying the whole time. Like, what's up with the trick plays? Bro, line up and run it directly at them. Like, we're not. The longest run of the game came on a trick play. Kenny G. That was the longest run of the game. That was the longest run of the game. And I think that was the longest run of his career. and it came on a trick play. My goodness, like that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Yeah, I mean, I don't see Arthur Smith being here past in Pittsburgh past this year. Terrell Austin, you know what I mean? Like he shouldn't have been here past last year. I mean, because he's basically the Matt Canada, you know what I'm saying, of the defensive coordinators right now. But in Terrell Austin's defense, he's come out and said it. Keith Butler's come out and said it, who was the defensive coordinator before him. Hey man, yeah, we have game plans, but sometimes Tomlin takes over. There's nothing. Sometimes their hands are tied. It's basically what he was saying.
I wouldn't go with our defense being trash. Our defense is opportunistic. We get turnovers. They're doing that. But like when you say they're not,
what rank are we? We're not even in the top half.
In turnovers?
We number one in paying though.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting our offense to do nothing. We spent all the money on defense.
Yeah,
we knew our offense was what it was.
Facts. And I mean, it's a lot to get into because, like you said, we spent all our money on defense. We traded away GP like he was Chase Claypool, like he was nothing. And right now, GP is the second fastest wide receiver to get to 1,000 yards or something like that for the season. He's having the season of his career, his young career at that. He's having the season of his career. And it's just like, okay, so it wasn't GP. And you start to see, these other situations pan out. It's like, okay, all right, yeah, there's something going on in Pittsburgh. And we might not be able to know what it is right now, but I think eventually it will come out. Just like when everything was going on with AB and Le'Veon, you know what I mean? Like, it's like you started hearing stuff that you never heard about Pitt. Mike Tomlin, he let the star players do whatever they want. Like, it was just like a lot of stuff that was starting to just like the covers was just being ripped off the organization. And it was viral because you never heard this from a Steelers locker room. You never heard this from Steelers players, past or present. Like, this is, man. I mean, honestly, I don't even blame Jason. This is passion, yo. This is like, you know what I mean? Like, if you ever been a part of an organization, if you ever been an athlete, you know what I'm saying? I don't care if you was in the band, whatever. Like, and especially if you were good. Like, if you were good at what you did and you're part of an organization, it's considered to be like a fraternity. And you want to see that tradition continue. And it's not that they got to win a Super Bowl every single year, but you don't want to see them make the same mistakes 8 years in a row, which is what it's been. It's been the same mistakes like 8 years in a row, man. Like, and it's like, okay, at what point do we make an adjustment? At what point do we make a change? And seemingly, because we have winning seasons, there are no changes being made. And that's not acceptable. That is not, and DEEBO hinted to it. I think he hinted to it already. That is not the standard of the Steeler way. The Steelers were not just okay with having winning seasons. You know what I'm saying? You don't, you know what I'm saying? Big shout out to the Chief. Hey, no, this ain't America's team. This is Pittsburgh's team. You don't have that kind of swag about yourself. You don't feel that way about yourself just by having winning seasons. You know what I mean? Like, that was a bold statement. And that has like been like cemented within the culture in Pittsburgh. This is Pittsburgh's team. And we all want to see Pittsburgh's team do well because we love the Bird. That's just what it is. But if we have more passion than the organization itself, than the front office, and in some cases the players, the coaches, man, like, that's not good, man. That's not good.
Well, okay. Well, if you put so the defense, this is what I'm gonna say. The run game, you're saying exactly right. We can't be getting pushed back. The pass game, I see our defense playing better when they're playing man-to-man. The zone stuff, though, DEEBO, the things where people are running, where you're not.
How are we playing better in pass defense if we're not doing the things that are routine? That is a automatic. You put your hands on receivers, jam them, you disrupt their routes, their timing.
Yes.
So who is telling them who is not correcting them on not doing this?
That's high school.
I would never say that they never. That's what I know that's being taught. It has to be being taught though, DEEBO. But they're not doing it.
Why are they consistently not doing it then?
I don't.
If you're not,
like it's one thing to say, oh, I don't know. Like if you know what I'm saying, if you got like a niece or somebody or a kid, oh, I didn't know. All right, cool. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna show you. Now, if you continue to do this, you know what I mean, that's on you. But you being shown. You feel me? Like, if they're being shown, I don't understand how they're making the same mistakes. If they're in their team meetings, if they're in their position meetings and all the meetings that they go through on a weekly basis, man, I don't know how they're still making the same mistakes, you know what I'm saying, going into the Bills game as they were week 2 against the Seahawks. It is mind-boggling. And again, if any of us perform like this at our jobs, I don't care what you do. Work at the grocery store, work in IT, you're a fireman, whatever. Like if you routinely make mistakes, you will get walked out that door. And they've hired multiple coordinators. They got a whole new team this year. This team was like 60% new. You know what I mean? Like they went out and got veterans, like talented veterans. Like, I mean, it's like, okay, like they scratching off the list. Like they're doing multiple things. And it's like, okay, why are we still not seeing improvement? I don't understand it. And that's part of the
you either can't do it or won't do it. Either way it go, I need to get you out of there.
You need to get out of there
because it's not being done.
I feel you. Right. I would say with just the normal things like you said, DEEBO. They need to do that better. They need to. There's no reason why we shouldn't be rerouting the receivers. But on offense, like I say too, like you said, you don't put them any credence because they were supposed to not be good. But I'm just saying, like scheme wise, all we're running is jet sweeps. All we're running is quick screen passes.
I don't know. The offense was supposed to be good, right? With Aaron Rodgers. And I will say this. The offense is better than it's been in years past. Since Ben, right? The offense is better this year than it was with Kenny Pickett and Mitch Trubisky combined. You know what I mean? So the offense is better than what it was last year. The offense was better than what it was last year. I can say the offense was better this year than it was last year. There were years where we had to depend on Boswell and things like that. We're not depending on Boswell. We're not even using Boswell for real. Like part of the complaint on Sunday was like, yo, why didn't we even attempt to make that field goal? He booted a 60-yarder week 1 with yards to spare. That didn't just barely go in. You feel me? So this offense is better than what it was. I would have liked to have seen the offense with DK and GP. It's sickening because they labeled GP, he was a problem. GP was frustrated, bro. Like this dude was playing with Mitch Trubisky and Kenny Pickett. Wouldn't you be frustrated too? Like, we're not going to sit here and act like the guy's a villain because he wants to play. He wants to showcase his talents. He wants to win. Like, and he feels like he can help the team win. And right now, he's 1,000% helping Dallas win. Right now, he got more yards than CeeDee Lamb. And CeeDee Lamb just got, they just broke the bank on CeeDee Lamb. And right now, GP is out there outshining and outperforming CeeDee Lamb on a week-to-week basis. Come on, man.
Bruh, we knew the offense was what it was, bruh. Yes, Mason Rudolph went, 24-31? Oh, that's great. 6 passes was behind the line of scrimmage, bruh. Mm-hmm. 7 of them, I don't even think went beyond 5 yards. Or was it 11? I don't know.
Yeah.
I could have probably did that. We had 5 passes that went beyond 10 yards of airtime. One of them got picked and one was complete. That's it. You telling?
And the deep balls were so bad. Like, and you know, I mean, honestly, big ups for even making the attempt, because like each time he did it, for the most part, it like resulted in a penalty that benefited us, like defensive pass interference or defensive holding or whatever. But man, like them deep balls were so bad. Like I don't know. And that's just not in his wheelhouse. And he was trying to make an attempt to do it, and big ups to him, but it just wasn't connecting on Sunday with that. So I don't know.
Me that this ain't got nothing to do with coaching. This ain't got nothing to do with none of that.
Yeah, it definitely
Stop
does.
playing with me,
Definitely.
And no, we are not firing Mike Tomlin. So give that up. The man has not had a losing season in the history of his head coaching career. This is what I want you people to understand. So y'all can stop saying that. This is why it's not going to happen. There has not been a coach in the history that has done that and been fired. Not even just been fired, not been renewed. Okay.
Right.
But it's getting damn close to looking like we might be doing that. You understand?
Yeah.
When has a player ever made a statement like that in terms of Mike Tomlin? You know, when every time you listen to TV, oh, he's a coach's he's a player's coach, and you know, it's all kind of stuff. And hey, DEEBO, somebody that won a championship up under Mike Tomlin, like hey, I hear what you're saying with the winning seasons, but it's getting close, my boy. It's getting close. And I've just never heard players talk like this in terms, like Steeler players talk like this in terms of Mike Tomlin. It has always been just holding him in high regard, you know, singing his praises. And this is something that, you know, on the Break Room pod, I said, like, is Mike Tomlin damaging his own legacy? You know, because it's like, yes, he's never had a win, he never had a losing season, but he hasn't really contended for a championship since 2010. It is 2025. That's 15 years. 14, 15 years. And my goodness, like where do we go? What do we do with that? Because you can give the cliff notes. Oh yeah, you know, he's won a Super Bowl, he's been to 2 Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? He's been to a couple AFC championship games and stuff like that. But even that was with the Killer Bees. That was a long time ago. Our last playoff win was in 2017. 2017, y'all. Like it's not good. It's not good. And it's not good that these players are now beginning to call this out. You know, and I really think change is going to happen. Change has to happen. When you got players with platforms such as DEEBO and Joe, Big Ben, like players that are still connected with the fan base in a major way, the fan base might turn. They got to make a change. They got to do something. And like he said, Tomlin not going nowhere. But what I would like to see is them hire new coordinators, like and hire it to where those coordinators are able to do their jobs. Like there ain't no Tomlin taking you ain't taking them in those situations. You know what I'm saying? You come up with a game plan, you allow your coordinators to do their job, you allow your coordinators to make adjustments. That's what I would like to see. And I would like to see younger coordinators that can connect with players, younger coordinators that are creative and like Tomlin, oh, we're not living in our fears. Nah, you're 1000% living in your fears, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this playing safe stuff, the league has changed. You can't play it safe no more. You gotta go out there and rip somebody's heart out. That's just what it is. You gotta do it. So you gotta utilize the middle of that field. Man, I was sitting down just looking at like Big Ben highlights and just looking at him and Heath, and it's just like, bro, Heath was like a real security blanket for Ben. And, you know, just over the middle, wherever. Like he was there. He was there and he was ready every time. And it's like we like move, or when Jesse James was here, we still called him Heath because we still hadn't got over Heath retiring. But you know, it's like, bro, like where is that security blanket at? Where, and I don't know if it's being schemed out of the game. I don't know if it's um because of the coaches not being used, but bro, Mount Washington is right there. I don't care if he picks up 5 yards on a broken play. That's still better than it being 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12. Like that's still better than nothing.
And I tell you this though, if that happens, it's gonna be some furniture moving. It's gonna be some furniture moving in the offseason if we mess around and have a losing season.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, it might be a whole new offensive and defensive staff. The only person that's gonna be there is Mike Tomlin.
Yep.
I guarantee you that.
1000%.
Mike Tomlin gonna be there though.
Yeah.
He gonna be there. That's no question. Steelers don't just.
He's not gonna have as much say though. He's not gonna have as much say.
They not gonna let him go. Grass ain't always green on the other side, but you mess around and have a losing season, they done seen what the grass look like. Somebody done opened the door so they could walk in there. Now, they may sit back and wait. It may not be a renewing of the contract. I don't know how many years he got. What he got? Year 2 left, whatever it may
got
be.
about 2 more.
Oh, they may then sit back and wait.
I think he has one.
We
more
on year 8
after this year
without a playoff win. Chuck Noll, 23 years. Only went 4 years without a playoff win. Bill Cowher, 15 years, only went 3 years without a playoff win. We the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yo, hold up, man. That was crazy. Hold up, what did he say?
And defensive staff, the only person that's going to be there is Mike Tomlin. I guarantee you that. Mike Tomlin going to be there, though.
Yeah.
He going to be there. That's no question. Steelers don't just out and go. They don't just out and go. They not going to let him go. Grass ain't always green on the other side, but you mess around and have a losing season, they done seen what the grass look like. Somebody done opened the door so they could walk in there. Now, they may sit back and wait. It may not be a renewing of the contract. I don't know how many years he got. What he got? Year 2 left, whatever it may
got
be.
About 2 more.
Oh, they may then sit back and wait. We on year 8 without a playoff win. Chuck Noll, 23 years. Only went 4 years without.
23 years. Chuck Noll went 23 years. Only 4 years without a playoff win. And Bill Cowher, 15 years. Only 3 years without a playoff win. So, Coach Tomlin was year 18, has now gone 8 years without a playoff win. Yo, like what is holding the Rooneys back from making a change? Like I don't understand. That don't make any sense to me. And people like to say, man, this is a whole different stream, and I will get into this after this information right here. People like to compare Tomlin and Cowher and say, oh, well, they both got 1 Super Bowl. Cowher had losing seasons. But in 15 years, he only had 3 without a playoff win. So I'm okay with the losing season. And I think most fans are okay with losing seasons as long as you progress from it, as long as you make improvements from it, as long as you get better from it. You know what I'm saying? You get better draft stock, draft capital. You know what I mean? Like you might have to let go a coordinator and bring somebody else in because you're trying to plug and play and see what works and what doesn't. So we're okay. Honestly, we're okay with losing seasons, which is why we're okay for the most part. We're starting fresh with everyone, all the coaches, Tomlin included. But realistically, logically speaking, Tomlin ain't going nowhere. So which is why we're like, okay, cool. Bring in new offensive coordinator, bring in, new defensive staff. Let Will Howard start. Man, if Aaron Rodgers can't go, let Will Howard get some spin. Because if Mason Rudolph is going to make rookie mistakes, you might as well let Will Howard get out there and get some go and get some practice. You know what I mean? Like that's just what most teams would do in this situation. So yeah, man, that's a wild stat. Chuck Noll only went 4 years without a playoff win. Bill Cowher only went 3 years without a playoff win.
A playoff win. Bill Cowher, 15 years, only went 3 years without a playoff win. We the Pittsburgh Steelers. We damn sure ain't looking like it.
She.
That's tough.
Well, DEEBO, I hear you.
That's
I hear
tough.
You know what? I respect it. Cause you know what it is. You trying to get them boys back to what it was. And defense hasn't shown what y'all was doing back in the day. I mean,
this is the problem, bro.
The reason why
everybody thinks
go ahead
that when they put on that uniform, they
just instantly turn nice.
No. It's work that come with that.
You got to put the work in. It's not like an Iron Man costume. You just don't put it on top of button.
It's not given to you. You got to earn it.
You got to earn it. You got to get it out the mud.
Everybody think they
Minka
put the
said the
uniform
same
on
thing.
Nope.
Minka said the same thing. Minka Fitzpatrick said the exact same thing. And they got him up out of there like he was Artie Burns. It's like, bruh, like Minka was a Steeler. Minka, what he's describing right here, he's describing guys like Minka Fitzpatrick. Guys that stood up for the team, guys that had a huge locker room presence, guys that didn't take off reps, guys that didn't take off days. You know what I mean? Like Minka was a coach on the field. Minka led the defense in tackles how many years in a row? Which is trash because your safety should not have more tackles than your defensive linemen and your linebackers. That guy was a tank.
It's not like an Iron Man costume. You just don't put it on top of button.
It's not given to you. You got to earn it.
You got to earn it. You got to get it out the mud.
Everybody think they put the uniform on. I'm a Steeler. Nope. That ain't it. Ryan Clark will tell you when he was playing, Ryan Clark went on ahead and put somebody, did his thing on the field. And that's when I ran over to RC, said, "Hey, you a Steeler now?" RC said that was something he didn't even know he needed to hear. But you know what? RC was putting in that work. I'm like, yo, that's a Steeler. You know what the greatest compliment you can get is from one of them old school guys. Mel Blunt.
Yeah.
Joe Green.
Franco. Like Lynn Swan. Like, bruh. Like, oh my goodness, man. You know, and then you even go to the 90s, Greg Lloyd, Kevin Green, you know what I'm saying, Lambert, you know what I'm saying, Faneca. Like, I mean, there are guys that, bro, like legends, bro. There's so many legends that you could name. Rocky Blyer, like you could just fire off. Like you can keep going. That list is forever in terms of Steelers. And right now, really outside of the killer bees, you know, sprinkled with Minka, TJ Watt, Cam, Ryan Shazier. I'm trying not to be disrespectful here. Man, there's not many names, bro. Like, and I'm like, I mean, since that 08 championship, the 2010 Super Bowl, when guys started, you know, rolling out, getting old, retiring, you know, trying to get one last payday type situation, the Lamar Woodleys, the James Ferriers, like outside of that, man, that if you look at it in totality, it's not that many people that we can say fit that mold.
You could have played with us. I don't think it's too many people they can say that to now.
No, I feel that. No. I feel it, DEEBO. You're right. It's a legacy. It's a standard, like you said. But when you just can't be throwing it around.
The standard is 500 right now. Let's be honest.
No. I'm saying when I'm saying the standard is when you why.
That's another shot at Tomlin, yo. That is another shot at Tomlin. The standard is the standard. Yo, that is another shot at Tomlin, man. DEEBO, man, big ups to DEEBO, man. Big ups to James Harrison, man. Big up to Joe Hayden, man. Big up to DEEBO and Joe. You know, they did not hold back. They were very transparent and they were honest, man. They kept it a buck. they kept it 100. You know what I'm saying? If you made it this far, man, like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see more of these, please let me know. I would love to do more of these. But yeah, man, I mean, these guys did not hold back one bit, and I think it's dope to get a player perspective that, I mean, they used to play up under Mike. Joe's career got extended because of Mike. Because of Mike, Joe Hayden's career got extended. They got him from Cleveland, and he played a few more years. You know what I'm saying? Even when he had kind of like lost a step. You know what I mean? Like, yo, that's tough, man. That's tough. That's tough. And I see fans like, you know what I'm saying, going back and forth about, how they feel and things like that. But it's like, what do you say now that the legends are saying it? What do you say now that, Hall of Famers are saying the same things that, some of us fans have been saying since the Killer Bees? Like, what's the response there?
You get so mad is because you talking about when you hear standard is championships. It's when you were there with the boys, when you were there with Troy and Wood, and y'all really developed some stuff. You had Dick LeBeau that really was teaching the schemes, and y'all was, this is what it is. You just aren't a Steeler. You got to work, you got to grind, you got to earn it. So you being this mad and just this passionate is just because you know what it really means when they say that stuff, and you feel like they're just throwing shit around, but like that y'all took to the heart, and that
because it sound good. And they had one of their first episodes that I seen. I'm gonna go find it and I could do a reaction video to that. They talked about how after Dick LeBeau left, the defensive schemes, they began to water the defensive schemes down so that way guys could play sooner. So that way, you draft a rookie, be like, hey, Rook, don't worry about all this other stuff. Do this, in this type situation. And it reminds me of Phil Jackson, right? Phil Jackson with the triangle offense. I'm crossing lanes here. And that triangle offense was so complex. Many have tried to imitate it, few have. You know what I'm saying? And, that offense was so complicated, people just didn't do it. You know what I mean? Our defensive schemes up under Dick LeBeau was so complicated. They began to water the defensive schemes down, as they highlighted in one of their earlier episodes. And so I thought that was dope, for them to like give insight there, because we was like, okay, what is the issue here? And they're able to identify, like, hey, I know what they're running, but that's not the way we ran it. That's not what we used to do. So I'm gonna find that video, and I'm gonna also do a reaction to that as well.
y'all meant, like, this is what it really means to be, where we at. So I can understand and respect 1,000% where you coming from.
Putting that uniform on don't make you a Steeler.
Don't make you Iron Man.
Not even Mr. Rooney signing your check. It's the work you put in.
That just means you employed.
Period.
You just an employee. Whew. Goodness, man. You just an employee. Yeah, you got the Steelers helmet on. You got a hat this week, but you ain't really a Steeler. You just rocking the colors. Dang, yo, that's crazy. And this clip right here from Big Ben, I wanted to get into this because, again, you got legends that are kind of taking shots at at the Steelers right now. I mean, it's almost like, it's open season. And one thing Ben said in this podcast was one statement he made that I never forget. He said, I wonder if we're going to get outcoached in Ireland. Because this was the week going into the Vikings in Dublin. And Ben was talking and he stopped and he said, bro, like, honestly, I wonder if we're going to get outcoached. Dude, what? Like, I just would not have ever expected to hear like guys that, won a championship with Mike Tomlin, played a number of years with Mike Tomlin, that are around the team right now, with Mike Tomlin and, you know, to say stuff like this. But here's a little bit of this podcast. Make sure you go check out DEEBO and Joe episode 35. And this is football in episode 101.
And Aaron's probably going to be in there right now with those guys. Hey, fellas, like, what are we doing?
Well, yeah,
what are we doing?
I mean, you saw him Sunday yelling at people.
Didn't look happy.
You know what I mean? Like, it's, which, and understandably, and it's.
Oh, my bad. I ain't see the chat popping off, man. My apologies, man. Let me shout out y'all, man. What we got? McEldo 5249. Soft is the new standard, man. I hate to say it, but yeah, bro, it is. It is, man. It is, man. And you know, it's really sad. It's really sad, bro. Cause to see like how far we've fallen. Like people, I've been around fans, and I mean, I go to quite a few games, and people are like, oh man, we got to win the season. I'm like, okay, and like, I mean, I was saying this like after the Killer Bees. I'm like, we're just hurting our chances to get like high top tier talent because we're making the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? That automatically like drops us off a steep cliff because we made the playoffs. And I'm not saying by no means am I saying tank, but you know, at the same time, it's like, okay, let's be smart about this. You know, we should not be in a forever rebuild. But if we do like a quick rebuild, a year, maybe 2, whatever, as long as we see improvement, because like I said, as long as Steelers fans are seeing improvement, I don't think if we was to get a new head coach or whatever, if we get a losing season, I don't think people would trip off that. One, because we're going to get a great draft pick. 2, if you come back the next season and you show some kind of improvement from that, if you get 7 wins the first year and you get 10 wins the next year, and you get like 11, like that progression, I think people will be okay with. But this broken record that we got going on, I think people tired of it, man. Benton. Yeah, Benton, I will say this though about Benton. Benton, he has had some streaks, but I think Benton is playing out of position, right? He's not a nose tackle. And that's just what it is. The reason why they're getting pushed off the line of scrimmage the way they're getting pushed off, he's not Casey Hampton, bro. He's just not. Like, we got to go get a nose tackle. That's another position. Somebody, and honestly, Derek Harmon is doing a great job. We saw a huge increase in run defense when Derek Harmon came in after he was, came off that injury. But yeah, I think Benton's playing out of position. Cam, I don't know. I think this might be Cam's last year. He might got one more in him, but he's trying to get a payday. So I don't know if he's going to be with us. Tomlin's ego is the nameless gray face. Frisky 571 says, when you can't put your finger on a particular problem or issue, in my opinion, it comes down to coaching. This team / organization is outdated, and that is 1,000% the truth. McEldo 5249, thank you for the chat. Frisky 571, thank you for the chat as well. And I agree 1,000%, man. Like, again, I was on a break from pod with 9-3 Elite and my dog DJ, and I was like, bro, all the stuff we're complaining about is coming down to coaching. We look good in the first half. We come out in the second half, get our brains blown out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, what happened? What happened in 15 minutes of gameplay that you come out in the second half and it's just like you have no answer for whatever it is that they're doing? Defense can't get a stop. You know what I'm saying? Offense can't get a field goal. We used to always get field goals. Now we can't even get in the red zone or get close to the red zone to get a field goal. TJ2890, what up, though? Hey, what up, though, man? Appreciate y'all for stopping through, man. Booming in the morning, man. Appreciate y'all, man. I'm going to try to do more of these. Just be more consistent, man, because I do like to just, push the Steelers content. And this is all stuff that, it's information, man. You know, I watch YouTube now more than I watch regular TV, and I'm always coming across clips, old clips, new clips. So, yeah, I plan on doing more reaction videos for sure.
I think my question is like trying to diagnose and then remedies is everything that you just spelled out. I think, fans have been asking the same questions. Why are we not getting tight ends involved? Right? If our tackle is struggling over there, why aren't we just, you got 5 tight ends, man. Right. We got more tight ends than the Browns have quarterbacks. Give him a route, but let him chip somebody on his way out.
No doubt. Right? Same thing they do to TJ Watt. You 100%. Put a guy there, you chip, and then he's your leak.
So then the question is, if this seems so obvious to us watching, why have we not implemented this so far?
I don't know. I don't know if it's not in the game plan. I don't know if how much you need to see your quarterback, who's not a spring chicken, who doesn't want to get hit until you start saying, hey, listen, we got to do something about this.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm not bashing Broderick Jones out of just it's evidence. And that's only 2 plays that I saw that it's like, oh my goodness. And I got word from someone outside the organization, not in the organization, but someone that watches the All 22 that was like, hey, it's not just these ones. There's a majority of the plays where it's not good. It's not good enough.
Yeah.
And I assume that Tomlin's addressing, and I assume maybe it goes the O-line coach. I don't know him. I don't know what he's doing, but at some point there needs to be some accountability from that.
Hey man, bring back Munchak, yo. Shout out to Munchak, yo. Real talk.
Left tackle.
Yeah, it's twofold in my mind. One, it's like, why does it seem so difficult to adjust it?
Yeah.
In real time. I don't know, maybe that's a conversation we have. What does it take if you have a game plan and that's what you're putting into meetings and in the install, what does it look like to say, hey, that's not working out here. Let's flip the script, boys. Belichick used to do that amazing at halftime.
Yes.
What's the impact of that? And then also like,
which called another one, Joe Gibbs, Redskins. He was one of the greatest halftime adjustments that guys there were ever. Like the Super Bowl with Doug Williams. They had the greatest second half of any Super Bowl performance, I think, to date. Well, outside of the Patriots and the Falcons. I think they had the greatest Super Bowl to date. And that all just came from adjustments.
Arthur Smith coming in, I felt like we almost anticipated the overuse of tight ends.
I know.
How has that not happened, especially without like a core 2 wide receiver? I know we're using CA3 as that, but like,
I don't know. That's what we thought that Pat was going to be like a dude and Jonnu when he came here. I was like, I remember how excited I was for Jonnu. Kind of like, man, what are we doing? I'm not sure why they're not using it. As for the adjustments you can make in game when it comes to blocking, I don't know if Arthur Smith's offense maybe doesn't have it, but it was super easy when we were playing. We would just call the protection with a chip, put a chip on it. Yeah. That tells the back to go chip that guy. If we had a tackle or someone that was struggling, whether injury or he's going against Myles Garrett or one of the best guys, hey, listen, back, you're chipping that way every time.
Yeah.
Or we're gonna put a tight end in there, chip on your way out. That's not in most offenses, that's not a hard thing to do.
Okay.
Now, why are they not doing it? I don't know. Maybe it is not in the game plan. Maybe they don't want to do it. Maybe it's a challenge. Maybe they didn't think that pass rusher was that good. I don't know, but it's not hard to just put someone there.
I mean, if it's not in the game plan, brother, you need a new game plan.
I don't disagree. So anyway, that was I know that was a long-winded cause for concern. My cause for concern is it's always going to.
I mean, and like I said, man, these guys, they have platforms now. Like to talk about what they see, and they are not shying away from the truth. They're not getting on here to make anybody feel good. They're not getting on here to make people, oh yeah, maybe we are, what I'm saying? They're like, yeah, nah, absolutely not. Nothing. No. So I think we are all experiencing a new era of media, because players are telling the truth. They're not under that contract no more to where they gotta lie and they gotta say what sounds good for the media and they gotta, I'm just here so I don't be fined. Nah, they gonna say what it was. They gonna say what it is. So, but yeah, man. So I just wanted to jump on here, man, do a couple of reaction videos. I do appreciate everyone that came in, even if they can only stay for a couple minutes, couple seconds, what have you. I appreciate everybody that left comments. Very appreciative. This is something that I'm going to continue to do. So yeah, I'll make announcements and stuff like that when I'm going live. Right now I'm thinking about doing like Tuesdays and Thursdays in the morning, around like 9-10 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, that's what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? I hope everybody's day is booming. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
Booming in the morning, booming in the evening, 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 booming in the morning,